Hey guys, it's Elizabeth finding Elizabeth, and today is a very good day. It's Monday, October 12th, 2015, and this is my week 78 post-op vertical sleeve gastrectomy update. And for anybody who's looking at Facebook, you know why this is a good day for me. My starting weight in January of 2014 was 402 pounds. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on April 14th, 2014, and my weight was 360.6 pounds. I last came in with a weight 2 weeks ago because I was in London last week and didn't have a scale, and my weight 2 weeks ago was 208.2, and I need a drum roll. I need like musical accompaniment. Today, my weight was 199.8 pounds, and I am so excited. So 199.8. I honestly never thought I was going to get to Wonderland. But anyway, I did. So that is a 202 pound loss since January of 2014, a 160.8 pound loss since surgery, and an 8.4 pound loss since my last weigh-in, which was 2 weeks ago. That is a 64.4 pound loss in the last year and an 8.4 pound in the last month. I don't even know what to say. So first of all, that's 3 milestones. Number one, the first milestone was 200 pounds lost. So that was 202, which I skipped right past. The second milestone was losing half my body weight. That was 201. And then, of course, Wonderland, 199.8. I don't even know. I don't know. There was just part of me that never thought that that was going to happen for me. And it took a while. I mean, this is like this week on the 14th. Sorry, it's really hot here. So the 14th is what? Wednesday. That's my 18-month post-op. And took me, 22 months to lose 200 pounds. 22 months to lose 200 pounds. That is insanely incredible. I used to look at the number of pounds that I had to lose and just say, it's overwhelming. That is never, ever going to happen. So let's just give up and have another cheeseburger. But you know what? It did happen. And I'm in Wonderland! Sorry, I'm a little excited about this. And I just wanted to thank everyone. I have gotten the most amazing messages and phone calls and Facebook post comments, and you guys know how to make a girl feel really good. But I want to read one comment because this has to be my absolute favorite Facebook comment ever. So I don't know if you guys know Kim Stephanopoulos. She's on Facebook, but she doesn't do YouTube videos, and she is a dear friend, a sweet person who I met in Chicago and who I'm so looking forward to seeing at OH. But this is the comment she made when I posted about my Wonderland. She has a 3-year-old daughter, so that's who's calling her mama in this comment. Mama, why did you just scream and start crying? My friend Elizabeth just met a really big goal and I'm really happy. Mama, I love your friend Elizabeth. Do you know her? Of course, Mama. She's your pretty princess friend. Okay. That has to be my most favorite comment ever. So anyway, thanks to all of you who love and support me, and I don't know, I think I would probably feel pretty good about this even if I wasn't a part of the weight loss surgery community, but you all make it so much better, and I am so grateful for your love and support. So that's a lot of weight to lose in 2 weeks for me. How do I think that happened? Honestly, I'm calling it, I was talking to, last night before the Naked Truth, Sarah and Jim and I were talking beforehand, and I was saying how I didn't really eat that much in London because I was so excited for, whatever was going to come next and whatever we were going to do next. And I didn't really care that much about food. And Jim was saying, oh, well, sort of like you did the pouch test. And since I've been back, my restriction has been like crazy insane. Oh my God, it is so hot here. Could I please go back to London, please? Today, right now. It is hot here. And so then I realized what I actually did was called the champagne pouch test. I don't recommend this, but 8 pounds in 4 weeks, that's the most 8 pounds in a month, that's the most I've lost in I don't know, 6 to 9 months. but I just didn't eat that much. But I did drink a lot of champagne, and I thought that that was going to kind of balance out, and I would come back about even. But I didn't. I came back having lost weight. I didn't work out while I was there, but I did walk an awful lot. So I had a hangout with Lindsay Fly tonight, and we were talking about goal, and I started to think about it. My original goal weight that my surgeon's office had set was 140 pounds. And because I'd weighed 140 pounds before, I wanted to be 138. So that was kind of the goal. It's so hot here. That is the goal that I had set. And then Lauren Dayton kind of called me out on the Naked Truth, saying that's a very low goal for someone who started out at such a high weight. Champagne pouch test, just saying. Anyway, and I thought, she's probably right. So I changed my goal to 158 pounds. And then talking to Lindsay tonight, I realized I don't think it's a number necessarily. I'm wearing size 12 jeans right now. When I was in London, my size 12 jeans were like slipping off me. But I came home and I went to Nordstrom Rack and tried to find some new jeans, and the 10s were too small. So I still have a little ways to go for the 10s. I did buy, because I had to buy something. I did buy another pair of size 12s that were a little tighter. But I think my goal is when I get to a size 8, whatever weight that is, I'm okay with it. So I don't know. My goal is a size 8, and we'll see what weight that is. And that may be, I think that's probably going to be higher than 158 pounds just because of my level of fitness and muscle. I think I will probably get to a size 8 before I get to 158 pounds. So we will see. The other thing that I realized when I was in London was that I really do want to have plastic surgery. I had kind of been up in the air about it. I knew I wanted to get boobs because I have none now. I didn't really have any before, but I have even less now. But I decided that I kind of wanted to get a tummy tuck too. So I'm having a plastic surgery consult at OH next week, and we'll see what they say, and we'll see how long it takes me to raise the money to pay for that, and yada, 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 yada. What else? London. I don't know. It was kind of amazing. It was a very first-class trip. I can't imagine ever going on a more first-class trip. We stayed at a lovely hotel. I didn't have to work an incredible amount, so I got to walk around and explore the city. It's so very different than here. It's just hustle and bustle and people and so many things to see and so much history, and I don't know. I really fell in love with it. It was a really, really amazing time. So, it was good. Definitely the year my life does not suck. Okay, so I've been thinking, I wasn't sure that I was going to hit any of these goals this week since Monday's my official weigh-in date. So I was kind of thinking about what I wanted to talk about. And one of the things that I realized it comes across in a lot of areas of my life, but particularly in the trip to London. And I actually went to see my therapist today, and we were talking about this. Is before, when I was 400 pounds, I had in my head that my weight did not impact my life that much. I wasn't, I heard from lots of people who were mobile and blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, that's not me. This doesn't really have that big of an impact on my life. Well, you know what? That's called denial. It had a huge impact on my life. I had no idea what experiences I was missing out on, from the smallest to the biggest. I mean, from flying places. I had given up on travel, as I said a couple of times, to walking to the beach. I woke up, my sleep schedule was a little off from traveling. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. And so I walked to the beach and watched the sunrise and stopped on the way back and had a cup of coffee and read the paper. I could have never done that before. I couldn't walk barely to my car without being out of breath. To walking around London late at night and just, walking and walking and walking and feeling pretty amazing. So this is what I have to say to you. If you're considering surgery and if you think your weight doesn't impact you that much, and it may not impact you that much if you're in the 200s, but if you're 400 pounds, if you're 300 pounds, it's impacting your life in ways you don't realize. And I don't like to say that I wish I would have done this earlier, because I think everything sort of happens in the time that it's supposed to happen. It happened for me when it happened for me, when I was ready to accept it and take it in and thought I deserved it. So that's all good and fine. But if you're telling yourself your weight doesn't impact your life that much, I would just consider that, because that's what I told myself, and that was total and complete denial, because I've had more experiences in the last month that I had in 3 years at 400 pounds. Sorry, my nose is so itchy. I don't know what's going on. Okay, what else? Okay, a couple things. One of the things my mom said to me, so I've said before that this is the year that my life doesn't suck. It definitely doesn't suck. I have an amazing life. I cannot even describe how blessed I am to have, my own business where I get to work with amazing people. I get to travel places. I get to, it's just, my life is pretty good. And my mom said, I went to see my mom yesterday, and she said, this is the life that you always deserved. I'm so happy that you're getting to live it. This is the life you always deserved. And I think it was a long time in coming to me that I deserved this kind of life. And I'm just so happy I'm there. One of the things that I was talking to my therapist about today was I was in psychoanalysis with her for a year, and I was her control case as she was becoming a psychoanalyst. So she had a supervisor who, sort of monitored her on my case. And she said she had gone to see her supervisor, I don't know if it was a session or a meeting or whatever, with her supervisor the week before, and was telling this person how much my life had changed since then. And he had said that absolutely gives me chills. And it gives me chills too. My life is so different. And I am so blessed and so grateful and so thankful. And I can't even scream it from the rooftops loud enough. I never, 3 or 4 years ago, would have thought that my life would be what it is today. So, pretty darn happy. In terms of therapy, which I have mentioned, I don't know how much I want to talk about this. I did decide that I needed to go back to therapy once a week. Initially, I was in therapy twice a week, and then I became her control case. So the year after my ex-husband died, I was actually in therapy 4 days a week. It was awful. I hated it. I tend to like to go into therapy and entertain and, act like I'm really smart and impress them. So when you go 4 days a week, it's hard to do that. You kind of have to get to the shit. But honestly, if I hadn't done that, I would have never gotten to this point, because when I went into therapy, I remember saying to my therapist, I would hear people say that they thought they were a good person, and I would think, how do you know that? How are you convinced of that? I so totally don't think I'm a good person. And through that process of therapy, I absolutely came to believe that I was a good person. Not a perfect person, but also that it's okay not to be a perfect person. That, nobody is perfect, and just because you have failures or you slip up along the way, that doesn't make you not a good person and not deserving of love and a happy, joyful life. So I don't know that I would have ever gotten to the point where I would have had weight loss surgery without the therapy. But anyway, so after I had weight loss surgery, I scaled back to once a month because I felt like I was doing fine. I am actually, once I'm back from my traveling in November, I'm going to go back to once a week. And here's why. So recently, something that's new in my life, which I've talked a little bit about on this channel, is dating. And that is one big way for me to get into a mind fuck. And one of the things that I realized is, I talked about one of the guys that I met a few weeks ago, who I really like, is a very nice guy. But I think we both realized that we were jumping in a little too quickly. I want to be careful what I say because I don't want to re-record this whole video because we're already at like 15 minutes. But anyway, we both sort of jumped into it. He jumped into it a little quickly, and it made me be like, I don't know. But then I got kind of caught up into it, and I jumped in a little quickly, and then he's like, oh, this is going too fast. And I'm like, okay, no problem. I don't care. It's fine. And then, that being the case, I decided to meet a few people in London. I met two men in London, one in particular who I really enjoyed spending time with. And what I realized was, and who knows if I'll ever see him again, but it doesn't really matter. But what I realized was, okay, here's someone who I immediately felt like I could be myself with. And that was a really freeing, lovely sense. And so what I thought was, okay, I'm used to coming from a place of feeling like, I mean, I've had boyfriends forever, but I always felt like they were sort of doing me a favor and that I didn't have anything to contribute. And this experience sort of shifted my perception on that. And I realized I can choose. And I don't need to jump into something with, both feet right now. I enjoy male company, and I haven't had that in a few years. But I need to know, number one, I'm not in any hurry to do anything related to settling down. And number two, I need to give myself time and space to meet different people and not, throw all my eggs in one basket. Because here I saw, okay, well, actually, here's someone who I feel I can totally be myself with. And maybe I didn't quite feel that before. And maybe I just need to meet a lot of people and enjoy myself and not get too caught up in any of this stuff because, I've been married. I've had kids. I'm not interested necessarily. Maybe eventually in, I'm saying way too much about this, aren't I? But I'm not going to re-record. But anyway, it was just kind of an enlightening experience to meet some other people, to realize that there are things that I like and I can hold out for things that I like. And I don't know, whatever. Hope neither one of them are watching this video. But anyway, and another one of the things that my mom said to me, which I thought was very interesting, and I mentioned it on The Naked Truth last night, was she said that I as a person am a little intimidating. Okay, I don't know. I don't necessarily feel that. But her perspective was, you have a big job, you have an interesting job, you're smart, you have a big personality, and you've used that for many years to compensate for your weight. And you don't need to do that anymore because it's just you, and you could be a little overwhelming to people when you meet them, which maybe is true. I don't know, but I sort of just kind of want to be who I am, and if that's an exuberant, exciting person who's too much for somebody, then that's not the right person. Yeah, and I've gone on too long about all that, but I'm not re-recording the video. Anyway, I am so excited that I get to go to OH on Thursday and see my weight loss surgery friends. I'm pretty full up with love right now, but that's the kind of love I want to even be more full up with. I cannot wait to see everybody. I wish it was more time. I'm already thinking, that is just not enough time. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, not enough time to spend with these people. But it is what it is, and I get to see them. And I want to do a couple of shout outs because I realized I forgot these on The Naked Truth last night. Well, two of them I forgot on The Naked Truth. Two of them are new today that I want to give. But shout out that I do believe I forgot on The Naked Truth last night was Robin, and I don't know how to say your last name, Robin. Arijus, I don't know. But Robin celebrated her 1-year surgiversary. She is incredible. She just participated in one of Lindsay Fly's challenge groups and did awesome. Lorraine, Xena Warrior Princess, also celebrated her year surgiversary. And I just want to celebrate her and say, I miss you. I never see you anymore. Where are you? What are you doing? Are you coming to OH? I don't know. And then I want to give a shout out to Dixie, who celebrated her 1-year surgiversary, which seems insane because it seems like she just had surgery, but also her 54th birthday. So shout out to Dixie. And then my love, my dear, my WLS BFF, Patty. I am so excited. Tomorrow night, I'm going to go watch her walk the runway at LA Fashion Week. How awesome is that? Okay, I love you guys. I can't wait to see all of you that I'm going to see at OH, and I will see you again next Monday. Love ya. Bye.